Welcome back to Movie Talk. I'm your host, Rick. Follow me on Instagram, Rick_BHR. Hit the email, themovietalkpod at gmail.com. If you want to reach out, you got any movie suggestions for me, hit me up. If I seen the movie, I'll shout you out. I'll come on here. Like I said, I'll come on here, talk about the movie. I'll give you a shout out and all that. If I didn't see the movie, of course, I'm gonna watch it first, then come on here, talk about it, shout you out. That's what I'm trying to do. That's one of the reasons why I created this platform, to see if I could build a community to where we could come talk about movies, share movies, and things like that. So I'm definitely trying to build that type of community here. You know what I mean? So any participation will help, and it will be appreciated. For anybody who's been listening to the podcast, let me say I appreciate you. I don't drop consistently like I'm supposed to, but when I do drop, y'all listen. So I definitely appreciate that, and I'm definitely gonna get consistent for you. You know what I mean? I got a wife, I got 3 kids, I got work, I got 2 other podcasts, Jack Talk podcast, and I got a podcast that I do with my dog Seven called The Popular Nobodies. But like I said, I'm gonna get consistent, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. We're gonna grow. YouTube. I'm gonna create a YouTube channel for this podcast. When I do create the channel, all these previous episodes of the podcast, I'm gonna bring over there, and then I'm gonna start bringing some visuals over there. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get the on the channel, on the YouTube channel. You're gonna get the not only you're gonna get the podcast episodes, but you're just gonna get other episodes. You know what I mean? Here, with the audio, you're gonna get the weekly episode. On the YouTube channel, you're still gonna get the weekly episode, and then you're gonna get some random, episodes that's only gonna be on the YouTube, because there's plenty of movies that I could come and talk about. So I'm gonna start doing that on the YouTube. So if you're following me on here, please make sure to be on the lookout for the YouTube channel. I want to grow this community. Anybody who's come across this podcast, and this is something that I'm going to say a lot throughout different episodes and things like that, because I want to be clear that I'm not a podcast critic. I said podcast. I'm bugging. I'm not a film critic. You understand? I'm not a film critic. I don't talk like a film critic. I don't review movies like a film critic. I just come down and talk about movies that I like and sharing them with y'all. And if you haven't seen them, I hope you go check it out, because we all like watching movies. So I'm not too technical. Maybe when I grow the platform and I see it, evolving, then I can get more technical and we can switch it up and I can do things a little different. But we'll get there when we get there. For now, I just want to be like, yo, you seen this movie? Nah, check it out. And we out. You know what I mean? I don't make these episodes too long. I don't, I just come in here, give a couple look. This what I just seen, or here's a movie suggestion. Treat these podcast episodes like movie suggestions. You know what I mean? Treat it like if you ever need something to watch, you know what? Let me go see what Rick did on the Movie Talk. Boom. You know what I mean? Or let me go see let me go get some movie ideas. And then you just scroll up and down the feed, and just movies. You know what I mean? So that's the whole goal. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm trying to bring the visuals to the YouTube, and you're gonna get the podcast episode plus maybe whatever I drop over there. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, it's gonna be all movie related. Like I might go over there and do like top 5 videos from certain actors, or top 5 movies, or whatever. You know what I mean? Just movie content over there. So be on the lookout for that. I'd appreciate it. Oh man. Oh wait, before I get into the movie, they opened up a movie theater. Matter of fact, during COVID, like the main movie theater in my area that me and my wife like to go to, they closed, and it wasn't looking good. It was not looking good, and I was just like, damn, yo, because I got a previous podcast called Save the Movies. If you want to go check that out, I'm a movie lover. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite things to do. Go out, have dinner. Me and my wife go out, have dinner, and a movie. You get what I'm saying? We all like movies, man. So when I seen that some movie theaters was on the verge of not coming back, I was like, damn. But now that they opened that movie theater up, that movie theater is back open. I'm not sure what capacity or anything like that. And then they opened up a brand new movie where I live, like a whole brand new theater. Couple of days ago, me and my wife, we was planning to go see Spiral. But like I said, we things come up, we get busy, so we haven't had a chance to go do that. So hopefully, I want to go in there before us leave the theater and go catch Spiral. I still see on social media some people say, "Yeah, I'm never going to the movies again because HBO is having certain movies come home straight to your home and all this stuff." And it's like, yo, man, that's cool and all, and I'm not against it because I'm not. I'm just not against it. I watch Mortal Kombat, Godzilla, things like that. I'm not against watching movies at home. I got a 75-inch in the living room. I got a 100-inch screen in my basement. I'm not against watching movies at home. You know what I'm saying? Every Friday we get pizza and we watch a movie with the kids. I'm not against watching movies at home, but never will I be okay with taking away the movie theater experience. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want that. I want the movie theaters to stay. The movie theaters is a staple. I want them to stay. I don't want them to go anywhere. I want them to stay. I want to be able to go to the movies with my wife. I want to take my kids to the movies because that's part of it. Go to the movies, get your snacks, get your drinks, get your little food or whatever the case. Go watch you a good movie. It's a memory. You know what I'm saying? So all that, yo, I want to stay home and I don't got, man, I'm cool. Certain shit I'll watch when it drop. All right, but for the real, you know what I mean, joints, I'm trying to go to the theater. I'm trying to have that experience. You know what I mean? So let's get into this movie, man. Without Remorse. Oh man, let me tell you something. This is a Michael B. Jordan's new movie on Amazon Prime. Tom Clancy and all that. Let me tell you something. From the clip that I saw, right? When my man lit the car on fire, jumped in the car, I was like, I want to see this instantly. I want to see this. That's one of my favorite type of movies. These type of action movies, these Navy SEAL type lone survivor, hurt locker, extraction, SEAL Team 6, sniper, uh Mile 22, or any type of movie that's like army-ish type, Navy SEAL, sniper. I like them. You know what I'm saying? They don't really be bad if you think about it. If you think about like the mainstream army type, Navy type movies that drop, they don't be bad. They usually be decent movies, something you can at least go watch. Now, this movie here is about Michael. I say it's about Michael B. Jordan. He's a Navy SEAL. He was part of a Navy SEAL team that they went over. They did an extraction. I think it was. Pardon me if I'm twisting it up, but they went over there, and he was part of a team that is getting picked off. Now, let's just say it's a 5-man team. They was coming back and they was getting all 5 of them gone. You know what I mean? So, of course, he was in his house. He's chilling. He downstairs, listening to his music. His wife is upstairs. Some people came through, cut the wires. House dark. They went in there and they did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? Michael B. Jordan, he got hit up. Wife got hit up. And then he basically goes on a revenge to see who killed his wife, why, and all hell breaks loose. Fire. Now, I do like the movie. Did I see better movies like this, like in this category? Yeah. But this movie was good. I'm not knocking it. I like it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I suggest it. Yo, if you're listening to this and you haven't seen Without Remorse on Amazon Prime, go check it out. I'm suggesting you do that. Yes, go check it out. It's a good movie. It's kind of fire. I'm into that. Now, favorite scene of the movie? When you see that scene of him with the fire and all that, he gets locked up. He gets locked up for that. Now, when you're dealing with the government, it's hard. Like the government, you don't know who you could trust. You don't know who on payroll. You know what I'm saying? So he goes to jail like, yo, I'm fucked because I know they're gonna kill me in here. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. He knew that. He knew that. You know what I mean? They came to kill him. He lived. You know they got to come back and finish the job. You understand what I'm saying? So he goes to jail, right? They put him in the cell. So now they call his name. They like, yo, come to the joint. We got to take you somewhere. He like, I ain't going nowhere. They like, yo, come out. We gonna have to come in there and get you. He like, yo, do what you gotta do, whatever the case. So they whole thing is, he's not dumb. He's a Navy SEAL, so he know if I leave this cell, I'm gonna never return. They're gonna kill me. He knows that. So he was like, all right, bet. So they say, all right. They shut the little hatch. They leave. He knows they're coming back with the SWAT. You know how they do. They run in your cell, get busy, right? So he's sitting there. He like, damn, what I'm gonna do? So he goes to the sink. He turns the water on in the sink, right? So he take his shirt off, right? And he's sitting there. He take his shirt off, put his shirt in the sink, turns the sink on, let the sink start flowing up, right? So the sink start overflowing, right? So he just sitting there like boxing himself in his head and shit, right? Getting into his fighting stance for them to come back. Mind you, the sink is overflowing. So he starts taking the sink water, rubbing it on his body. He ain't got no shirt on. He's just rubbing it on his chest and shit, right? Taking the water, rubbing it on his chest. Then he's taking the water, he's splashing it on the floor, splashing it on the floor, splashing on the floor. Then he's like punching his hands together. He getting in his fighting stance, right? And this shit like a movie. Like he really like getting there, like fuck it, we about to go. And that was his thing, right? So I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, oh, because at first I didn't know what he was doing. I'm like, wow, yo, damn, what are you doing? But now I realized he was making the the ground wet. He was making his body slippery, so they couldn't just come in here and just grab him up, right? So as soon as the door kicked open, as soon as they kicked the door open and rush, he started getting busy. Boom, 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 boom. They fighting. He ended up grabbing up one of them, right? Boom, grabbed him up, yoked him up all crazy, fell back on the bed. He like, yo, y'all get out the cell. I'm gonna kill him type shit. You know what I mean? So they all fell back. So now it's just him and the one cop in the cell. They all had to leave. So he just basically held him hostage to his partner that he trusts. They got a hold of somehow she got a hold of one of the people in the jail, and they came to the cell with a phone. He answered. He was like, no, they was like, yo, somebody want to talk to you. So he got on the phone. He said, listen, follow the officer. You could trust him. You know what I mean? Gangster. That scene, gangster. That scene was fire. Yesterday was Memorial Day. I just went there and just went to that scene and watched that scene a couple of times. Like, it was like that. You know what I mean? That was one of them scenes that's going to stand out and you're going to remember, So, again, without remorse, I recommend it. And yeah, man, I think I'm going to sign off on that note. Again, I don't make these too long. We're still building, you know what I mean? We're still building, so I'm going to make these shorter. And like I said, once I build and get a little more, then of course they'll be longer, they'll be more in depth. But right now, this is just, overview. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate everybody for listening. The episodes will be dropping on a consistent basis. Be on the lookout for the YouTube. Please, all my information is in the description if you want to reach out to me. And we're going to get it, man. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody for listening. This podcast shit, I know there's a million, quadrillion, zillion podcasts out there. That makes it harder for new people and people with smaller podcasts like myself to come out here. You got to try and figure it out, So I'm going to get consistent. And we're going to drop here. We're going to do the YouTube thing. And hopefully I could just build something, man. We all like movies. I'm always down to go watch a new movie and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I already told my wife, like, look, I'm going to go record. When I come upstairs, let's find something to watch. We got a couple of movies in our watch list. So, go up there, watch something. And we get it like that, man. So, again, shout out to all my movie lovers out there. And, again, appreciate y'all for checking the podcast out. I'm gonna keep the content coming. Word of mouth, I still believe in it, man. So spread the word about the podcast, and we're gonna get it, man. Movie talk.